Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Otaku Octagon podcast. I'm your host, Maui. I'm joined by my co host, David. We
So,
do today have a special guest. His name is Rizzy. We're going to introduce him in a little bit, but today we're actually going to go over some of our favorite fights. So, favorite fights from anime. There can even be some honorable mentions in there, some massacres, you know what we're talking about. But first, we do actually want to get into an update about what we've been watching. A quick update, though, because we will be playing some clips in here. So, for our audio listeners over there on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, so on and so forth, be sure to hop on over to YouTube, subscribe, like, leave a comment, whatever. But before we get into our update, actually, I want to ask Rizzy a question. So,
What's up?
we have already said what our favorite animes are. This is the podcast, right? We want to ask you, what is your favorite anime and why?
What's my favorite anime and why?
Oh yeah.
I guess the listeners are probably gonna have to come in and get the visual, but this
Oh,
is this is
oh
why.
One
Lord,
Piece!
no, no.
One Piece! That's what I'm talking about, Rizzy.
Oh my,
Hey
I'm
man,
done.
That's
I'm
why he's on
done.
the show, gents.
We can end
That's
it.
why he's
We
on the
can
show.
end it right there. Stop it.
hey
Yeah.
bro.
What,
Why is
but
One
not.
Piece?
let
I
him,
feel
hold on,
I
let
feel
him know.
outnumbered.
Let,
Yeah,
let,
go
let
ahead.
him
Go
But
know.
ahead.
not.
Let the listeners know.
Hey man, look, I started watching One Piece on Fox when I was a kid, bro, with the
Oh
rap,
no.
the OG stuff, bro. So I've been
Deku!
watching One Piece since I was like 10 years old, and I'm going going on 33, bro. So like,
Oh, that
I've been watching it for years, bro. So the story, it's insane. We got stuff happening now that was brought up like 10 years ago or whatever, bro.
exactly.
Like it's just so like how do you think of these things, bro? How are you planning so far ahead? Nah, bro. It's
I feel outnumbered.
it,
I feel. I feel.
Maybe you should watch it and you will
hop
understand
on,
the
hop on,
fucking
bro.
world
Hop
building,
on,
the
Look,
storytelling, the
look.
hop
character
I'm in
on,
the trip.
bro.
development, bro.
I'm on 100 episode 127. Leave me
Okay.
alone. I'm in the triple digits.
We're
Leave me
getting up
alone.
there.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Triple.
No,
Okay, cool. So
no,
One
no,
Piece is
no.
your favorite anime.
Yes,
That's
sir.
fine. Have you been watching anything this week, or have you been? What do you want to catch up on? Let me ask you that.
What do I want to catch up on? Damn, I don't know, bro. You know what? Fire Force. Fire Force is what I want to catch up on,
Yes.
bro. Yes,
Yes.
Fire Force. That's a
yes.
Yes.
good choice. I actually
Absolutely.
just caught up on Fire Force myself. I said I was
Yeah.
going to do it, and I finally finished season two.
Thank
Looking forward
God.
to it.
That's actually
Oh
my
yeah.
favorite current anime. My favorite old anime is Gundam Iron Blood Orphans, but my favorite like shonen, like current time frame anime is Fire Force. So I'm glad you said that. But
Oh,
th-
Gotta give him a
so
shout
David,
out.
you said you finished up Fire Force, or
Yeah,
you
I
were
did
watching?
finish season two. I was like halfway through. I just stopped. I guess like one day I had
Yeah.
something to do and I just never continued on. But it was like six episodes I had to finish up on, and it was amazing. I love the visuals as always. Fire Force always get number one in my books. According to the, whenever you hear that sound, you know it's going to be a good ass episode. When Shiver
Hey, a
goes
little
off,
foreshadowing.
it's about
Oh
to
yeah,
go down.
y'all about
No,
to see some Fire Force stuff today.
true, true. No, but I finished up on Fire Force. I also watched Devil is a Part Timer.
Oh yeah.
Season two came out, so I said, let me finish season one. We had spoke about it a couple times. I said, let me go ahead and finish this out. Season one ended with a pretty good bang. Season two started out on a real mysterious note, so I'm really looking forward to that as well. How about yourself?
Well, I haven't really. So I was on Crunchyroll the other day, or it was yesterday. I was on Crunchyroll, and I was like, there was a few things that I saw that were actually really coming out that were really good. Like I saw Devil's a Part Timer season two on there,
Mm-hmm.
but my wife, being the almighty wannabe anime queen that she is, she was like, "This looks really good. I want to watch it." And I'm like, "Well, fuck off. Go watch it yourself." And she's like, "No, I want to watch it with you." So now I couldn't watch it. So now I have to start over from the beginning. But I was only like 5 episodes deep,
I
so
mean,
it's not
you
really a
gotta
big
start
deal.
over anyway.
Yeah. So and then I saw some other stuff. I can't remember what the name of it was, but I saw some other stuff on there. But I was like, you know what? Let me stick to. Let me. I literally have the My Anime List sponsor us for a reason. So I was just like, let me go look what I did. So I'm watching the show right now. It's called Hitori no Shita, The Outcast, I believe.
Okay, I think I saw
It's
that one.
hmm.
yeah, it's kind of like a mix. I think you explained it really well the other day or earlier. You said it was like a mix of Jujutsu Kaisen and
Oh yeah, when you were
was
explaining
a
it to me,
yeah.
mix of like Jujutsu Kaisen meets what is that other fight? The high school, God High School.
God of High School, yeah. So
Exactly.
it's like Jujutsu
Oh,
Kaisen
huh.
meets God of High School. It's actually really cool. The guy, is essentially he like has hidden kung fu powers and abilities where like he's like really strong, but he pretends to be like a wimp. And he just like pretends to be a normal high school kid, and until this girl from the secret society, right, the Jujutsu Society, comes and tries to bring his power out, and then he starts kung fuing her and stuff. It's actually really funny. I'm only like 3 episodes deep right now,
Okay.
but that's all I've really been watching. You know, I definitely give it. If y'all have probably seen it. If y'all are on anime TikTok or for you pages, you've seen the fight where the kid with the baseball cap walks in the field and all those dudes try to jump him, and he just like kung fu's them up, and
There's
he
always
just like
part
beats
of
the
that
shit out
like
of him.
top fights, anime fights
Oh yeah,
list. Every time you see those lists, is there.
every fucking time. So I was like, I need to get into it. But that's all I've really been watching.
Okay.
I know these. I mean, these talking about fights though. I know we have a few fights that we're going to be talking about that
Oh
are
yeah.
coming up
Oh, it's about to
in
go
this
down.
show.
Yeah.
It's about to go
be
down.
lit.
I'm looking forward to. You know what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, yeah. So how about let's roll right into it, David. Talk about your first fight here.
Yeah, so my first fight is, of course, is going to be Miriam versus Netero from Hunter x Hunter. Of course, Hunter x Hunter is going to be a classic, but this fight is big for a certain reason. We watched the top hunter in the whole world. He's like the chairman of the Hunter Society, Netero, this old guy. You didn't even realize how badass he is until you see him fighting this ant, who's like the Ant King, like the main protagonist of the story.
The
at
Bug
time.
King.
We finally get to see the chancellor of the Hero Society go all in, and that is exactly what he does. As you can see here, he completely obliterates Miriam the whole fight. As it seems, as we start to actually watch the fight go down, we start to realize, oh, Miriam is just reading his moves. He's trying to understand how he fight, how he gets from point A to point B, and then in the end, Miriam starts to rip off every limb one at a time. I think first starts with his arm, next goes with his leg, but yet he's able to like cut off the blood in the appendage where he just lost. So in the end, Netero actually loses the fight because he blows himself up in order to kill the Ant King, and the Ant King still survives the explosion. But the poison from the explosion is actually what ends up taking out the Ant King in the end. Have y'all seen this one before?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, nah, definitely. I've seen this one. I mean, it's in terms of Hunter x Hunter though for best fights. You know, I can't really say this one. We have. I feel as though we have better fights because my man Miriam, I felt as though was more of a pacifist throughout this fight, bro. Like, yeah, he's throwing hands, but
I was gonna agree with you.
The hands is coming from Netero, though. It doesn't matter what Miriam rips his pages off.
But Miriam's not even trying for real. Miriam was at a point where he didn't want to beef with humans no more. He was like, let's live together, bro. So it's just
do
you not see this killing intent? No, what are you talking about?
Hold on. So how I feel, I'm kind of on both sides, right? So, and we talked about this earlier about how this fight essentially, like Miriam, I think if he went full 100% bloodlusted, he would have beat Netero immediately.
Absolutely.
And because during the fight, he's trying to get a grasp on human willpower. Like that's what he's trying to get a grasp on. So it's not that he isn't trying to fight. I mean, we've seen plenty of animes where people are like, I'm gonna go 100%, but that doesn't mean I want to kill you, and they stop like right at the end. But like, yeah, he you could see in the fight here, like he's enjoying it. I don't think he's 100% bloodlusted, but I think he's fighting somebody so strong because he's wiped almost like all the people that's ever tried to fight him. That he's enjoying the shit. It's kind of like Goku, right? Like Goku wanting to fight. He's like, I want to fight the strongest. And then during that, like you said, Rizzy, like he's starting to realize, like I don't really want to do this shit no more. And then he blows up, and then obviously, right, he gets sick and starts getting all woozy and shit. And then if y'all know Hunter x Hunter, y'all have seen it, but I don't know. I out of best fights, I would say this is top like S tier, but I would not say the best. I can't really. I'd have to go back and look. I do have
best by far.
Yeah.
But it's definitely
S tier.
Fight.
It's definitely S tier fight. I'll put it in the S tier.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's class out.
Now, since Randy got so much to say about fights, what's your next fight? What is it?
Bro, bring it in. We got a newcomer into the anime world, bro. Okay. We got God of High School, bro.
Yes, sir. I love God of High School.
This right here, this scene right here, my man became the Monkey King. Spent the whole anime series learning about the different gods. Finally unlocked this child, bro. This was amazing. The music, the way they did the scene, bro, it was just beyond epic, bro. He got the freaking power paw on that thing, bro.
Well,
Monkey King, one
here's
of
my
the
question though: is it the fight that's superb, or is it everything surrounding
bro.
the
It's
fight?
It's the
bro.
fight. It's the fight.
Do you understand when they made this anime? They actually went out and watched martial artists, bro, and actually
Oh yeah.
replicated what they were doing in the anime, bro. This right here, they got this from professionals, bro. Like
I
this
will
is
say-
choreography to the max, bro.
I'm not trying to dick ride high school music, which is
Oh,
I'm not
no.
trying to dick ride
God of
God of
High School
High
is,
School.
is
but
definitely
no,
S tier.
but I will say when this first I was following this show before it even dropped because I was so excited about this show coming out. So I think I was probably one of the first people on the planet besides like obviously people in Japan to like watch this show or like actually look it up and like dig deep because the concept art for this show was already super lit and I think this fight besides the fight because like the other fights are them in the ring in high school and it's just normal like kung fu and then they do a little powers here and there but I think this fight out of the entire show I will give it S tier 100% the best fight in the show. I can give it that. But I will say I think better fights are coming because the show is not finished by any means. So I think some better fights can still show up from this.
You reading this?
Oh,
one?
definitely. Yeah, oh yeah, webtoons all day. I love this. This series
I like
is
a lot
awesome,
of
bro.
on webtoons, especially this one. I started it, but I didn't really get too far into it.
Hey, bro, keep reading it.
I need to definitely go pick up the manga for this because I've been collecting. You know, I'm starting to collect it. I need more shelves though, but I need to pick up this manga because this is probably one of my favorite. Like, I will put this in my top 5 favorite animes to be honest.
Top 5 favorite animes.
Yeah,
Okay.
God of High School.
Okay.
And the reason why, and we'll get to one of the fights, one of mine later down the road. But there's a reason why I like it, and I'll talk about it later.
Okay, so
But-
what is your next one?
So my next one, and you pull it up, we talking doom.
Oh,
You know,
man, here we go.
so my next one is going to be Shinra versus Sho. So Shinra versus Sho is definitely one of my favorite fights in the whole show, and not only because of the goated sounds that are in the freaking in the whole show in the first place, but it's the fact that Shinra during this fight learns how to break that Adola barrier. He learns how to break the kind of like the sound barrier, I guess you could call it. To where he's wondering why Sho the whole time is like beating him, but that's because he can like disappear. He can go into another dimension and then come back like almost immediately.
Yeah.
And Shinra is starting to learn how to do it in this like later on down the fight. But if y'all didn't know, like kind of Wave Top the anime, Fire Force again, like I said, it's one of my favorite animes for right now. But these two are brothers. So he finally sees his brother for the first time, and if we could play without getting copyright strike, you could hear his voices talking about, oh, I thought this was gonna be a Shinra is like, oh, I thought this was gonna be a loving family gathering. Like Shinra's kind of like a fucking jokester during this, but he, I mean, just the cinematography and the choreographing and the sounds and the colors, like it's just so fantastic when it comes to this. And Fire Force definitely,
has it.
yeah, it definitely has one of the best. Like I think. Is it not Mappa? What's the studios that does Fire Force? I completely forgot their name. I was gonna bring them up because I did have it written down. Sorry, I'm a poor content creator. But I was gonna write it down. But I've looked at some of the other stuff they've done that's kind of like underground, and they've done some fantastic work when it comes to this. But I mean, you could already tell like this fight is ridiculous. I mean, it's hands down one of the most goated fights in here. I will say though that there are other fights in Fire Force that if they continued, they probably would have been better than this fight. So Shinra has fought kind of like skirmished with other people in the show.
Yeah.
And I think the fights would be a lot better. But just like this, you can see like he's kind of disappearing and like going into another dimension. And then he's coming out and shows like, oh shit, he's like touching me. And then Shinra's doing his weird devil thing.
I need to see Shinra versus that big dude, the one who went all in and made the dent in the moon during like the last few episodes of the second season. He fought him before, like the big dude who has like
with the white clad.
Yeah,
white clad.
Yeah, he's part of the white clad, and he's just big, and he goes in. I need to see Shinra go 100% and him go 100%. Every time they fight, he goes like 50% for some odd reason.
When he steps and it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Every time he makes a step, it makes another explosion. Like everything he does, he claps his hand, it makes another explosion.
His feet are like Bakugo. His
He's
Bakugo
pretty
feet.
fucking lit. But no, the
Um,
Fire Force animation is top notch. Like everything they do is top notch because they have the great animation. Like you said, they have the great choreography.
yeah,
The sounds that they use, especially when Shenmue turns the fire on when the feet, it's
fucking
iconic. Like
disappearance.
when you
Yeah.
hear it, you know Shenmue just lit the flame on his feet and is about to go
Oh
down.
yeah.
So
I mean, this.
everything a
Yeah.
part of it is the reason why it's a great fight because one is the first one of the first full fights
Oh yeah.
of the series. You
Oh
actually see
yeah.
both parties going in on this fight. And like it's like you said, it's a lot of skirmishes. Like they fight for a few seconds and then something happens and the fight is over. So
Yeah, like
I love to see this
to
one.
be honest, I think a fight that would have been better is this. What they just showed, what they're showing right now, him
Hmm.
fighting the captain. Like this was a really quick fight.
Yeah.
It was like really really quick. But I definitely think that would have been one of the better fights if it would have like actually continued.
Factual. Factual.
Have you
Made it
seen
this
this
far?
one? I mean,
No, he said he started it. Have you made it this far? It's
yeah,
like
have you
the
made
end of
it?
season one.
Nah, I haven't seen Fire Force at all, bro.
Oh, you haven't
Like,
started
At
it
but
yet?
all?
watch.
Oh,
Nah, I
does
mean
this
that
make you want to watch it?
scene. Nah, absolutely, bro.
Hmm.
Like my man. Wait, so when he was going into the other dimension with his brother, that was him breaking the sound barrier right there.
So it's kind of they're. I mean, anime physics are weird because they're not really like our physics, but
Yeah.
essentially, they both have what they call an Adola burst. An Adola burst is like fire, like energy that comes straight from the Amaterasu, which is the big like flame that ignites humanity. It's like life force, right? So their
Yeah. Yeah.
flames are stronger than other people's flames. Well, there's a Adola dimension. So an Adola dimension is where the Amaterasu's like main flame comes from, where all fire originates. It's like it's kind of like hell, right?
Yeah.
Well, his brother Sho was beating his ass because his brother Sho was going into that dimension, coming back into the dimension, coming back. So it looked like kind of
Oh.
like Naruto and Sasuke, where like they would disappear and show up somewhere else. Like he was like, "Why the fuck is it?" So Shinra in that fight, he's finally learning how to go into that dimension. He's like he's breaking his molecules apart, and he's being told by the scientist that was creeping in the corner, like, "Stop doing this. You're gonna like turn into molecules, and then you're gonna like never come back." And he's like, "Fuck that. I'm gonna keep fighting my brother. Fuck him."
Oh shit.
And
Oh
like he's
shit.
on gang. Like Shira is smoke incarnate. Like he wants smoke all the time. So, I mean, you
Yeah.
definitely love this anime. I mean, it's
Nah.
fucking fantastic.
Nah. As I was watching it, I was confused as to who was the good guy and who was the bad guy for a
Well, the
second, bro.
dude, the dude in the white is Sho, which is the bad guy. I mean, bad guy, right? And then the
Yeah.
Shinra is the one in the fireman's jacket. He's the main character. He's the MC of the show. But he pretty much, we normally do spoil gang out here, but because you haven't seen it and you're our boy, we're not gonna spoil it too much for
No,
you.
no,
But
no. Please don't. Please don't.
yeah, I
I
got you.
look
I got
forward to watching it.
you. All right. So David, what you got next?
So I am going to be next, and this is just another fight that I love the actual power display of everyone and the whole meaning behind this fight for everyone. So as you can see, we have the father is what they call him. He's like the creation of all. He's the epitome of all, and he believes he is essentially God. Now, did he create everything? No. Is he actually God? No. He was just some science experiment made by the actual father of the main character, Edward Elric, who made him in the lab, who created him, and he just basically fooled the whole world until he attained this almighty power of what they use in that world, alchemy. So he managed to attain the almighty power of alchemy. So everything that he does, everything he can think of, he's able to do instantly. And basically, no one's able to touch him, whether with human-created weapons. As you can see, they're shooting bombs at him, they're shooting bullets at him, they're
Look
shooting
like he had
flames at
Byakugan.
him, and nothing is touching this guy because he's almighty and he truly feels he is
Not
almighty.
even Mustang.
Not even Mustang.
Not even Mustang.
Now,
Hey
in
yo.
terms of, is this the best fight in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? No, it's not the best fight. I would say Roy versus Greed. I believe Roy versus Greed was probably the best fight when it came in terms of the feelings behind the actual fight. But this fight was a full display of everyone's powers. It wasn't just an individual
Yeah.
skirmish. People died during this. Everyone went 100% because if they did not defeat this fool, it was over for everyone. He planned on killing everyone and destroying everything. So when it comes to was all the feelings behind this episode, did I cry after this episode? No, I didn't cry after this episode. Did I cry after? Did I cry after Roy episode? I may have shed a tear for that episode, but after this episode, I knew that Edward Elric was the best alchemist in this world. No one was putting hands. He defeated Father one-on-one in the end because everyone. Goku put their hands in the air and gave them all their energy, and then suddenly he became the Almighty in his way, the Almighty when it came to alchemy, and he fucking went in and destroyed Father.
That dude looks like he has the Byakugan. That's what.
Who, Father?
He said, yeah, he looked like he got Byakugan. You see, old boy, that the big, the big general or the big captain that has the mustache. He's kind of like fruity. Mm-hmm. He was punching his shit.
Oh yeah.
He's not fruity.
Armstrong
is manly
he's manly as hell, bro. My man be freaking flexing like hell. Yeah.
That man is manly as fuck. Have you met his sister?
Put his no. That's from One Punch Man. That's what he reminds me of.
No. I really love this anime. Brotherhood is a fucking classic. You tried to cap earlier today.
I know. I mean, no. Full Metal Alchemist is better than Brotherhood, but no. So.
Wait, what'd you say? What'd you say?
He tried this cap earlier today.
No, bro.
Yes, it is. Yep.
You said the original is better.
Hey,
nah, you're sick, bro. We're talking about the fight, bro.
Yo, Rizzy, real quick. I'm only saying that to prove a point to David. So don't.
Man, get the fuck out of here. Rizzy know what it is. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
This was a really
Hey, actually, do you know why Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the best? Because it's actually correlating to the manga. Because the manga tells the story, but Fullmetal Alchemist went off on the wing, and that's why they're trash.
It is the best, but I'm lying to him. It's not the best.
But wait, Full Metal Alchemist was not trash, bro. It was okay. Please don't call it trash.
It was okay.
That's nostalgia talking, bro. It's okay. Can you
hey, bro.
delete it from your memory and be perfectly fine? Only with Brotherhood in your memory.
No.
Both of my memory are sitting just fine in there.
You know what?
Tell me the highlight.
Full Metal is one of my favorites, bro. I even got like the Philosopher's Stone like tattooed on my arm, bro. Like Full Metal is up there for me, bro.
I have the tattoo as
well.
Okay,
we showing off tattoos. I got the Philosopher's Stone symbol right there.
But anyway, Full Metal Alchemist is amazing, but Brotherhood does everything Full Metal Alchemist does and more.
No. Brotherhood better, but Full Metal Alchemist is not trash. That's all I'm saying. It's not trash.
I agree.
As a standalone anime, knowing that Brotherhood exists is trash. Not knowing Brotherhood exists, it's okay, like you said.
And you see the problem with that. And I actually had an argument with somebody. It has nothing to do with anime, but like, there's a new Resident Evil show that came out, right? And I had the same argument with somebody, and I was like, if this show was named literally anything else, y'all would be okay with it because it's a fucking fantastic show. It's just they're like, it's not like the video games. Like, shut the fuck up. Nobody fucking cares if it's like the manga or the video games. Nobody cares. If it's a good show, it's a good fucking show. Let it go.
The original was good for a reason,
you gotta separate. You gotta separate, bro.
Is it a different story?
They're not the same thing, bro.
If they say they're playing the original story, don't variate. If you're doing a different story, go for it. You have to do a different story, though. You cannot say, "Oh, we're doing this story, but we're going to do it in a different way." No, do the fucking story right. If you want to do something different, then do something different.
But they couldn't do the story because they didn't have the manga, bro. That's why they did what they did, bro. They didn't have the story. So they went off on their own.
Okay.
They caught up to the manga, and instead of giving us filler, which everyone hates, they gave us,
Bullshit.
They did their best. They did their best. They did their best, bro.
It's still a good show. All
Whatever.
Right, Rizzy. So your next fight.
Bro. Toto and Itadori versus Hanami, bro. This fight right here was so... oh my God. Yo, I ain't gonna lie. This one right here, I had to watch this thing like at least 10 times day up, bro. This is when freaking Toto... showed off his power for the clapping ability, switching places, and Itadori finally learned how to master the Black Fist, bro.
Oh yeah.
My man's Hanami did not know what he was in for. He thought he was gonna come in and wreck these boys. they had his whole plan trying to come in and just handle everyone. Hey, look at him.
Mink,
He's
mink,
getting his ass
mink,
handled
mink,
to him.
mink, 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 mink,
Wait,
mink.
where's the drink? We need to add the sound on here. Fight back. Fight back. Like,
Fight
bro,
back,
they
mink.
are
Fight
handling
back.
him, bro.
They
I will say this is
Bro.
definitely, it's definitely one of my favorite animes as well. I mean, this fight and Itadori and I forgot what his name is, the dude with the glasses and the knife
With the
versus
suit, yeah.
the dude with stitches on his face. It was the same.
That's the true
That had
fight
the
back.
same. That had the
True
same
fight.
energy. This had the same energy where it was just like fight back. And it was just getting like knocked
Yeah,
around and
bro.
shit.
Glad, bro.
Mink, mink, mink,
Oh
mink.
my
Though,
god.
bro.
And this is
choreography
actually
beautiful.
this is Mappa Studios. So this Mappa Studios is the one that did this, and I mean it's fucking fantastic.
Goes in every
There's-
time.
Bro, look, this scene was so good. My girl, she has only watched 2 other animes. She walked in when I was watching this scene, bro, sat down, walked away, and when I walked upstairs, she was like on episode 10, bro.
Yo, chill.
I was like, what?
What are you
Bro,
doing?
it was
Step,
it was
step.
that good, bro. Nah,
Yo.
and then she
Good.
saw Gojo. She was like, "Who's that?" I feel
Oh,
like Gojo
no.
just
Hey.
he that pretty boy, bro.
You like,
he that
hey,
pretty
yo.
boy.
It's over. He taking,
Is that her-
he taking your bitch easy.
That's her anime.
Yo,
husband.
Mister Still Your Girl, bro. Yeah, no, she loves that nigga, bro. She loves him.
That's like
bro.
that's the new Itachi for people these days. That's definitely the new Itachi for people these days. But it's definitely one of the best actual like choreographed fights. And the cool thing about Jujutsu Kaisen is when they fight. There's no like
Bro.
skirmishes. There's no filler. There's no bullshit. Like they fight,
And it
and you
ends.
get a whole sense.
It ends.
So, I mean-
Wait,
It's
let-
paced
let-
really well,
let-
honestly. When you watch the whole fight
Let-
within an episode or maybe 2 episodes, it's paced really well. All the fights. It's not,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you said, it's not
Do
broken
you-
up with bullshit.
Do you guys think Juju is going to be in the top 3?
Of course.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Think
Of course.
so?
Once they come back with season 2, it's over. Everyone's
Once they actually, I think they kind of fucked up though, with the movie that they came out with. And now, hear me out. The movie is good. I love the movie. Absolutely
Okay.
love the movie. Hear me out. So the movie
Okay.
is fucking fantastic. However, when you bring in a shonen MC, right? When you bring in a shonen MC, Naruto, Luffy, like anyone, like any shonen MC, you want to see the content made about that MC, correct? So for the movie to not pretty much have like Itadori, so One Piece has movies, Naruto has movies, right? In between like each arcs and seasons, and they're about Naruto, they're about Luffy, kind of like side missions, side stories of the actual show. For them to bring
Right.
a movie out that did have Gojo in it, which it's the Gojo show, we already know, but they had Gojo in it, but then they introduced a new character to make people like that was not Itadori, and he was nowhere even in the movie. I think not that they fucked up. I just think that they could have went a different route. They could have made a Jujutsu Kaisen movie with Itadori and just be like a side thing, like they do in Naruto, like they do with One Piece, like they do, like something on
Well-
the side.
What's the name of it
Well,
again?
all right.
Jujutsu Kaisen 0.
Is it about?
Wait. So, do you
Itadori?
read the manga?
I've seen the manga. I do not read it. No.
Okay, so I think the movie idea was actually great
Mm.
because this character is kind of crucial. I'm not going to ruin anything, but he's crucial later on in the series. So either you spend episodes, which more people are watching, introducing this character, or you make a movie about it, let people watch it when they watch it, and then continue the story on with Itadori.
I agree with that because I know what you're talking about. I actually read into that character because I was like, who the fuck is this? So I did go online and like read into him.
Yeah.
But I will say I feel like they should have brought Itadori in the movie at some point because he is the MC of the show. You know? I get what you're
that's
saying.
sticking with the fucking like the same fucking formula that they have to be in it. But Jujutsu Kaisen isn't only about Itadori. Yes, he's the main character of the anime that you are watching, but he is not the main character of the show. They just focus on him because it's easier to focus on one team. But if you read the manga, it is focusing on every character. Jujutsu Kaisen does a great job of highlighting each character.
Let me ask you a
their
question then.
abilities and who they
Let me
are.
ask you a question then.
Mhm.
Is the anime exactly like the manga?
Yes.
I mean, to the letter. page by page,
almost.
panel by panel.
I would say about
Almost.
90%.
Because we
About
know,
90%.
Yeah.
because we know for a fact that animes and mangas aren't always the same. That's how it's been since the beginning of fucking time, right? So, in the anime, in the manga, they may focus on in the manga they may focus on multiple characters at multiple times, and it splits it up more to where you don't think. But in the anime, he is the main
In the
character.
beginning, it does seem that way, even
So,
in the manga. But then it
so,
starts
but
to
what I'm
introduce more characters.
but I'm saying for the people out here who so I think and I'll look this up, but I guarantee you there are more anime watchers than manga readers, and I'm not getting rid of the manga. Mangas are great. I'm collecting them now. I think mangas are cool, right? But hear me out. Majority of people that know Jujutsu Kaisen are watching it more than reading it. So
No, absolutely.
so when it comes down to that, our thought process, right? Like even mine, I'm in the same group. Our being is that Itadori Yuji is the main character. He's going for Sukuna's fingers. He's literally the main character in the anime right now. It doesn't matter what happens in the future or in the manga. He is the main character right now. That's what everybody, a majority of people on the planet who have not read the manga are thinking. So if
Okay.
you were to make a movie, like even me, I'm a victim, right? I'm a victim. I watched the movie. I watched the movie and I was like, hey yo, what the fuck? Like where the fuck Itadori at? You know what I'm saying? And then it was still a great movie. I love Jujutsu Kaisen. I love Mappa Studios. I love everything they do. But I'm like, what the fuck? And then I read into it and I was like, it makes sense. But I would
Man,
have rather have seen
nobody
a
came to
movie
see.
about Itadori.
Ain't nobody come to
So
see
Uh,
Itadori. They came to see Gojo. They trying to see
I mean,
those
yeah,
pretty
yeah,
eyes.
bro.
I
Who
mean,
care about
I mean,
Itadori?
oh God, if it was a Gojo movie, I would have been like, all right, we can move on to the next fight. We're good.
We're good there.
Like,
No, I hear your points though. I definitely hear your points. It just seemed I was bigger into the manga than I was ever into
Yeah,
the
of
anime.
course.
We've talked about this before, so I understand where they went, especially when they came out with Zero, the actual novel. Did you pick that up, the manga Zero, Rizzy? Like it's pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's pretty damn
definitely.
good.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to say stuff without ruining it, but just know that movie
Now,
was
we spoiling
kind of
game.
vital to the
We
storyline.
spoiling
and
game.
like I said, I did look into it. I have looked
Nah,
it
bro.
up, and so I get you. I get why they did
Yeah,
it. I just think they should come out with if they're gonna do the whole because they've talked about Jujutsu Kaisen running like Naruto. Running that's what they want to do, right? And they've talked about it
no,
wanting to run. That's what
no,
people.
no, no, no. I don't agree with that one. I don't think they want to let run it as long as Naruto.
Well, I
Like,
meant like in the shonen, not like nine
oh, you're
thousand
talking about
episodes.
as
Like
big
as
as
like
okay.
shonen, like in the shonen world, they want a lot of episodes, they want a lot of seasons, but not like 2,000 fucking episodes. Like nobody wants that. But that if they want to run it that way, I just figured they should have done a different
For
platform. But if you're
longevity.
saying, yeah, but if you're saying, and like that's great. I know it goes into the story. I know the movie is supposed to do. But a lot of people were in my boat, and I know a lot of people were where they were just like, damn, I kind of want
Well,
to see Itadori get
I'm
well,
not.
it's kind of like Hunter how Hunter x Hunter did it when he started focusing on different characters
He
and
doesn't know
Gon
about
wasn't
that
in the
yet.
story whatsoever.
yeah.
He still
So
thinks
it,
Gon is the main character of that
Ron
story.
is the main character.
He's
Ron
not
is
the
the
main
character.
character at
He's not.
all.
He's the main character of the anime.
ooh,
Of the anime.
okay.
Other anime,
All right.
I
We,
can
we
do.
Anyways,
Next.
we
that's
could
what I'm
talk
saying.
about that
All right.
forever. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. So my next fight. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. So I had to obviously be the first one to bring up Naruto. I don't care if it's Boruto. Fuck him. He can go somewhere. This is Naruto. This is Naruto. So this is Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. The reason why, and remember before when we first started, I talked about the reason why I like this fight and why I like God of High School fights is because yes, there's a little bit of power in the beginning, like a little power ups here and there, but there's not like super big power ups. Like at the end of this fight, I didn't like. I liked it, but I was like, like it wasn't as big as the beginning of it because they started bringing out, Susanoo mode Kurama. They started bringing out Kurama like the big, and all they did was start throwing big jutsu here. But I like Naruto throwing hands like mink mink, and then Momoshiki getting pissed, Sasuke being like, "Fuck you, bitch," like they're doing like powerful kung fu, right? Like powerful martial arts. Instead of just throwing off these big jutsus where it's just like boom, 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 like it's actually fighting. I think this is probably one of the best fights in Naruto history. Not the, but I think one of the best fights because you get to see Naruto and Sasuke almost at peak. Obviously, if y'all watch Boruto, you know that there's another form past what Naruto has now later in the future. But when this first came out, this was Naruto peak. So It shows him and Sasuke both fighting. This was the first fight after Naruto and Sasuke's battle in the Forbidden Valley, like their last fight. This was one of their first big fights together. So I think them as adults doing this, Naruto being the Hokage, Sasuke being that, air quotations, the Shadow Hokage, going off doing shit and you know, like repenting for his sins. I think it just shows the best teamwork that they had. And it's like y'all could have been doing this shit the whole time. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all could have literally wiped the verse if y'all wouldn't have been stupid in the beginning of the show, But I think it definitely choreographs really well. I think it's one of the best, like, actually hand-to-hand combat fights in Naruto, except for the fact that and you can watch this in the movie or in the show, so they play it in both. So I think it's really really good.
Bro, I'll say like this scene right here was just so nostalgic for me, bro, because they were just pulling the punches from all of Naruto. Every big fight from Naruto is pretty much in this scene, bro. That's why I was like, I don't know if it was as good as I thought it was, or was it the nostalgic factor that made me think it was as good as it was? Because like, I'll put that up in my top 3 of all time. Period, bro.
It's both.
I think it's both because they bring the old music back from Naruto.
Yes,
like
they bring old music. They bring back old techniques, like fight choreography. They bring that back too, like what they did against Zabuza. Like it's the reason why we love it so much is because we grew up with this anime.
It's like what they did was when this fight was starting. It's like they smiled at the audience, like us who are older, who watch this music and these fightings. Like the minute that music started and Naruto and Sasuke both smiled at each other and they were like, let's fucking do this shit. Like it was like a head nod to our community, our older generation who saw the shit back in the day. Because in the show, there's like, I don't know, I'm just going to spitball here, but like 10, 20 episodes in Boruto before this fight happens. Now you can watch this fight in the movie, but in the show, if you're watching Boruto, and it's like, say, our older generation, which Rizzy, if you didn't know, I fucking hate Boruto. But if you're our older generation and you're watching Boruto, you're watching the new shit, right? You're watching new stuff, new technology, new jutsus, new kids, new characters. And then when you finally get to this fight, they're like, all right, you stuck with us this long? Here's a little treat. And then they give us this fucking fight, and you're just like, fuck yeah, like this shit hits different. It hits different because you're just like, this is what I wanted to see. Like, I wanted to see Naruto and Sasuke peak, just fuck somebody up, like, give them the hands. And to be fair, they were getting washed before they fucking powered up and they did their whole little thing, but they were getting washed a little bit. I mean, Naruto almost died in the arena, but, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think
they weren't trying.
They weren't trying, not until now, but I think it's definitely one of the best top 4-ish fights in Naruto. Top 4. Because of the nostalgia feel and because of the fighting. Yeah, top 4. I'd say 4. Because I can think of 3 others, but we're not going to get into that. But, all right.
I can agree with that one.
All right, David, it's on you.
It's on me for the next one? All right. Since we've talked about Miriam, Netero, Father and everyone, we got to go with the best anime that we all know of.
Yeah.
We are going with the anime choice when it comes to the references. We are going with JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Everyone knows, everyone's seen of JoJo's reference before.
Fucking sponsor him.
Because this show is fucking lit. I know you've only seen few seasons, so I'm not going to fucking embarrass you with JoJo knowledge. But the reason why this fight is actually one of the best is because the guy with the yellow jacket, his name is Dio. He's the main protagonist of every fucking season. JoJo Bizarre Adventure is literally about every, like, not every offspring, but the offspring of the original JoJo going against this guy to defeat him so he doesn't take over the world, destroy the world, whatever his main objective is. We don't even truly know. It's like he changes his objective every season that they have. But the reason why this fight was just so lit, because it's wonderfully choreographed. You start to understand their powers before we're like, okay, there's no one who can beat Jotaro. That's the main character with the black jacket on. There's no one that can beat him. If he comes up on you, you're done. But then we get to see the protagonist who he's going against actually standing right here in his face and putting him down blow from blow, showing him that you're not what you thought you are. I don't care how smart you think you are, how talented and strong you think you are, you ain't shit compared to me and the world. Anyone else seen JoJo? Well, I know you've seen JoJo, but anyone love JoJo as much as me?
No. JoJo. I don't like JoJo.
What do you not like?
Thank you,
bro. It's just I don't know, bro.
It's corny.
Yeah, there we go.
It's
corny, bro.
So,
It's
and
It's
funny.
Rizzy, just so you understand my point of view on this. So, I like the first and second season. I love the first and second season. I think even with the corniness, I think the way they did the fights was pretty good. It's when they start introducing stands and like pretty much them standing there while, which is stands, right? So fucking creative. Where they're fucking stand there and then like a power or ability or kind of like a puppet comes out of them and fights their other person's power and they just clash. While you saw it, I mean, you just saw it. They're just standing there while their other power is fighting each other. And I'm just
yeah.
like it's kind of it's corny. Like fucking throw hands. Like
It's
what are
kind
we
of
doing?
weird. The guys are fighting
I mean,
right now.
they're fighting now, but like
Yikes.
when you get into other, it's pretty much just them showing their, oh, you have a stand, no, you have a stand, and then the stand comes out. Like I'm just like,
I've
I
heard
think
the
JoJo is
argument for
corny.
this,
I
and I
know
tell you
it's
because
corny.
I think stands is probably the best part of what they introduced to the show. Season 1, season 2, we've all seen it. Simply people throwing hands with each other. Season
Exactly.
2 starts to introduce this thing called Hamen, in which if they use Hamen, they can actually hurt the other person. But you can tell that the person who wrote the story hadn't yet decided how he wants the story to be while reading
It just jumps so much. I don't.
but then it doesn't jump anymore. I would say after season 2, they introduce Jojo, the main Jojo with the what everyone goes back to when they think of Jojo with the beard. He becomes the old Jojo in the future seasons. They start to focus on him and his offspring, and then offspring. Then you start to understand that the power of the stand is not just something everyone can have. It's something that's actually introduced with like an arrow at first, and then becomes a blade, a piece of that arrow. This is how you get the power, and then it becomes more of a strategic game against the person you're fighting against. Because like you said, you're fighting people. Oh, you have a stand. I have a stand. We're just gonna fight each other. But when you're fighting each other,
Yeah.
you're not just hurting the stand. You're hurting the other person. If you cut the head off of the stand, you cut the head off of the other person. Having that stand makes you stronger. So now, just because you have strength,
Yeah.
you have to use your intellect, strategy to actually defeat the person you're going against.
I don't
And
know.
every season shows how
Yeah.
the offspring of JoJo learns to learn their stand and also learn how to use their stand in a strategic way to defeat their enemy. And of course, they have all those sexy ass poses. They've been part of Vogue magazine for all their fucking the outfits that they wear. JoJo Bizarre Adventure is iconic. I don't understand how neither one of you
You
like
already
this
heard
show.
my
Nah,
argument.
bro.
Well,
I
you
think
don't
it's
like
corny.
Stan. I think it's the best part about it. Rizzy, I want to hear why don't you like it?
Bro, I just always feel like it was something that people overhyped for me, bro. Like they're like,
Yeah, same.
oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
So my expectations were through the roof,
Okay.
and then when I watched it, it didn't meet expectations, bro.
How far
I
did you
don't
get?
know. Like I finished up season 3, maybe like midway through season 3. I definitely
And that's
finished
what
season 1 and
everybody
2.
says. Season 1 and season 2 is actually most everyone else's least favorite seasons of the JoJo Bizarre
But you
Adventure.
know what's funny though? So far, it's been not that. I stopped watching around season 3. He stopped watching around season 3. How many more
Because
people we
first
need to
season
get
1
on
and
here?
season 2 sucks. People don't like season 1 and
Okay,
season 2. But
No,
that's your
no,
favorite.
so
no.
you're supposed
Season
to
one.
grab people,
Season
bro.
3 and on is when they understand, okay, this is what we're
I
doing, and
stopped
we're going to go with
watching at
this from that
season
point on.
3.
You
I stopped watching
enjoy
at
it from
season 3
on.
because it changed.
Yeah, you didn't like that change. He just didn't like it. It wasn't catching his attention. Season 3 is when it catches your attention.
Bro, I legit felt like I was just like forcing myself to watch the show.
It's like
Bro.
watching
I
a TV
never
show.
want to.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I never want to
yeah,
make myself watch a show, bro. Like I want to wake up and be excited. Oh, this episode came out, bro. I did not get that feeling with JoJo, bro.
yeah. I don't know. All right,
Understand,
all right,
different
Riz.
shows are going to have different reactions. I feel like you need to watch season 3.
No,
But maybe
don't
we'll
do it.
discuss at a later time and date.
All
You're
right,
going to
all
watch
right,
One
Rizzy.
Piece, so maybe you should listen to take my advice.
No.
Anyway,
All right.
moving on.
Hey, bro.
All right,
All right,
Rizzy.
all right, all right. So everyone knows who this is. Everyone in the world knows
Who's this?
who this is.
Who's this?
Shut up. You know who this is. Stop being facetious, bro.
I don't understand.
Freaking
What's going on here?
Goku and Jiren, bro, going at it toe to toe. You're gonna tell me this
He's so
didn't
excited.
bring up emotions from deep
Not
within, bro?
one.
Ultra
He
instinct,
he
bro.
only beat him
Bro,
because of
come
Frieza.
on. Frieza and Android, yes, bro. Come on. You're gonna tell me not one
No.
emotion came
I will
out when
say-
this happened,
I
bro?
will say
Fucking
when
Dragon
this
Ball
show-
Z is so fucking boring. If you want to watch
I
a
love Dragon
show
Ball
for
Z.
people throwing hands,
It's super.
cool. Watch
This is
Dragon Ball
super.
Z. If you want
This
to watch
isn't
a
Dragon
show
Ball Z.
for its
This is
plot,
super.
This is
This is Dragon Ball
Super
Super.
is even worse.
This
Dragon
you-
Ball Z,
wait.
I can actually watch Dragon Ball Z. Super is worse. I have not finished
I don't agree with
Super
that. I
at
don't agree with
all.
that. Hey, we're not.
Bro,
I'm
Why
not-
do you like
just 'cause
Dragon Ball? Tell me why you like Super.
Bro,
What about
first
Super makes
off,
you like it?
we are
Bro,
not watching Super for the story. We're not watching it for the story. We are
Thank
watching
you.
it purely for the anime. We are
Come
watching
on,
it purely
watch.
for the animation
Like
and the
it
fight,
for
bro.
what it is.
Then I'll
Like
watch
it for
Demon
what it
Slayer.
is.
Animation
I
and the
would watch
fight,
Demon
bro.
Slayer then. If I want to watch something just for the animation, I'll watch Demon Slayer. Why would I watch
In the
this?
fight, bro.
I would watch Demon
Are
Slayer.
you going to tell me? Are you going to tell me you didn't grow up watching Dragon Ball Z?
I
Is that
watched-
what you're
I had
saying
the-
right now?
I had the
You
Dragon
didn't
Ball
run
Z
home.
VHSs.
You didn't run home.
No.
You didn't run
No.
home from the
No.
bus and watch
No.
Toonami,
Not at all.
bro.
Not at all.
Nah, bro.
Not at all.
Nah,
Dragon
bro.
Ball Z was one of
I'm on
those
the
things
same-
that you just called on Toonami when they came on.
Nah,
I did have the
I will
VHSs. I watched Frieza. I think
So,
Dragon Ball Z should
hear
have
me out,
ended
right?
at fucking Frieza.
No. So I actually got into Dragon Ball universe late. So when I was growing up, I was watching a lot of like the OG Naruto and stuff like that, and like I did watch One Piece here and there, but it wasn't like something I really got into. I actually started watching Dragon Ball. I've seen things here and there, right? I actually first started watching Dragon Ball when I first had my first son. When I had my first son, like 5, 6 years ago, I ended up watching. I started at Dragon Ball, like ball, like with a B.
Good.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it through. I'm gonna see how it is. And then I finished all of Dragon Ball. I went and bought Dragon Ball Z, like the complete copy DVD set fucking thing, because I was like, this shit's pretty dope. And then I watched all of Dragon Ball Z. And then I was like, oh shit. And then somebody had mentioned to me, hey, there's a Dragon Ball Super. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, let me try it out. Some people say they hate it. Some people say they like it. Let me give it a chance for myself. I liked it for what it was. It was fighting. It was
Yes.
violent. It was beautiful. That's what I liked it for. There was corny moments. The storyline was like here. It was like, all over the place. But I liked it for what it was. In my mind, it was me watching Goku try to become even powerful than he already fucking was, and then just fighting people.
Why
That's
are
all it
they
was.
giving Dragon
That's all it
Ball,
was.
Dragon Ball Super a pass? I asked this question because
What
we
do you
know if
mean,
a new
bro?
anime came out that was just about the fighting and the story was trash, y'all would drop it like it was a fucking hot tamale. Why are we giving Dragon Ball
I've
was
never
good.
done that.
Dragon
I've
Ball was
never done
good.
that.
Dragon Ball.
You haven't done that,
What?
Maui?
If there's
I
good
didn't
fighting
know.
and no story,
If it's good fighting,
Bro,
and no fight.
give
and
me
no
a-
story.
give me
I
an
know
ex-
that
give me
you
an
drop
example.
anime if it's not, if everything isn't
Give me-
good. I know you drop anime if only
Wait,
one
wait,
part of
wait.
it good,
Wait,
but
wait.
the story's
Yeah,
trash.
wait,
when
wait,
have
wait.
I done that? Go ahead.
Dropped an
Go ahead.
anime.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Rizzy.
bro, come on. We all said we like God of High School, bro. But if we're honest, bro, that
The
story
story's
is not
trash.
really,
The story's
really
not
that
trash.
good, bro. The story is not that good. What are you
Oh
talking
my
about? God of
God.
High School.
Oh my
Explain to me the
Lord.
story. Explain to me the story of God of
Explain
High
the
School.
story. All you need to do is look back of the actual
Explain
character
it.
itself.
No.
They pull
Explain the
pull
story.
actual Japanese references in the Japanese culture into the character of Jin Mori. He is a
Goku is
history,
the Monkey
thousands
King.
of history of
Goku's the
fighting
Monkey King.
experience into who he is to defeat the main character, and he still cannot defeat the main
The
protagonist.
whole
what is
show,
the
the
story?
whole show,
The whole
the
show
whole
What
is-
is the
show,
story?
the whole show isn't even a story. It's him fighting in a ring at his high school against people,
I'm not
and then
talking
they
about the
finally
anime.
get to the story at the end.
Yeah, that's just the anime.
Bro,
the story
and
itself
what-
just happens
no.
after the anime.
He can't answer the question though. What is the
Because I
story?
didn't follow it. I told you that. I started it, and then I said
Exactly.
read other things. I stopped reading.
Did you watch the
You
anime?
don't know the
I did
story,
watch the anime.
bro.
I followed the first season of
And the anime is great. It has great fighting.
Mm-hmm.
The story is like there's nothing. It's literally just it's like Record of Ragnarok.
The
All they're
anime
doing is
has
fighting.
story
There's no
as
story
well.
in that shit.
There literally is no story, bro. They're
They
just
have a
powering up,
story
getting
in
more
the fucking
powers, bro.
anime.
The-
The story
There's
of the
a story.
anime
Just
is simple.
Dragon Ball Z.
It's
I would
a
like-
God of
Dragon
High
Ball
School.
has
It's
a
a
story.
tournament.
All right.
Dragon
I
Ball
wanna,
has
I
a
want to
What's the
go
story
back.
behind Dragon Ball Z?
I want to go back.
No,
I want
what's
to
the
go
story
back
behind
to.
Dragon Ball
We
Z?
just said it didn't
What
have
is
a
it?
story. We said we liked it.
It's the same. It's the same
get
thing as Dragon
stronger?
High School. Get
get
more powerful
stronger?
and fight.
All right,
That's
so
not-
I want
it's
to go
the
back
same
to this
thing.
question. All right, I want to go back to this question. So you looked me in my face and you said that I have dropped an anime that had great fighting but no story. I want you to give me an example
I
because
then
I've never
said
done that.
no. You've dropped anime that was trash, and you've dropped anime because you didn't like the story. But then I changed
Yeah.
the whole. You just like the fighting part of it.
If there's fighting and a trash story, I will watch it. If
What's
there's a
an
good
example of
story,
another anime.
a story and no
fighting?
fighting.
Records of Ragnarok.
Records
you
of
talking
Ragnarok.
about?
I haven't watched
Records
that
of
one.
Ragnarok.
I haven't watched that one.
Okay.
bro.
Here's an example of something with a great story and no fighting, no game, no life.
Yeah,
I love that show.
you do love that show because it has a great story.
A great story, no fighting. I love shows with no great fighting and no story. I mean,
Like
it's
what? I haven't watched Record Ragnarok, so I don't know. What
well,
else?
we just gave you three examples.
You gave me Dragon Ball Z and Record
Yeah,
of
bro.
Ragnarok.
That's two examples. Why are we gonna give
I
you
haven't
10?
seen Record of Ragnarok. That's what I'm saying. Give me another one. I don't know. I cannot
Really?
argue that.
A great fighting and no. You just
You,
oh,
you
well,
said
there you go.
Jujutsu
Demon
Kaisen.
Slayer.
I think Jujutsu Kaisen has a story, so I don't agree with you.
Demon Slayer.
No,
Demon
no,
Slayer
no.
has
Those
a
have
story.
You
stories.
just
Demon
you
Slayer
just,
Those
definitely has
have
a story.
stories.
you just said if I wanted to watch something that just had good fighting, I'd go to Demon Slayer. You
It
literally
does
just
have a
said
good
that.
story though. It just they
That's
fucked
not-
up the
that's
name.
not how you said
Does
it.
Demon Slayer have a good story?
I think it has a decent story.
I'm
It's
saying if
not
I
the best.
wanted to watch
It's
a
the same
fight
thing.
that is beautiful and is good choreography, I would watch Demon Slayer because it actually has a story behind it as well. But the anime
Bro,
just focuses
but
on the fight scenes.
but the
But it
difference
actually
is,
has
bro,
a story.
I have to sit there and pay attention hardcore, bro.
Are
Dragon
you
Ball
not
Super
paying
is
attention
something
to
that
it?
I'm saying I
There's
have to
animes
pay
you don't
attention.
want to do.
I can't sit down and just blink out. I can't be on my phone texting or whatever
There's
Why are you
while I'm
watching
sometimes
watching
anime
the show,
and just
bro.
being on your phone and blanking
there's
out?
sometimes
Bro.
no. There's some. I agree with you. There's sometimes I want to watch an anime and not have to sit there and be straight up 100% focused on the shit.
Explain, yeah, because you know I'm
Like,
sitting
I
here
don't want to
watching
do that.
Demon Slayer. Something's happened. I'm like, oh my god, why I missed the part of the story. Let me rewatch this
Like
whole
something.
episode.
So
Dragon Ball, no,
a basic ass story. So I think Fire Force has a decent story, but it's a basic ass fucking story to where I can sit here on the computer and I can have Fire Force playing on my TV next to me, and because I mean it's a little different because I know what's going on, but it's like I could just listen to it in dubbed and be on my computer and not have to focus on it 100%.
Because you know what's
It's
going
easy
on.
to follow.
You
It's
know
easy
what's-
to follow.
But there's a story
Yes.
still. Dragon Ball Z does not. Dragon Ball Z has a story. Super does not have a story. It doesn't make
need
any
to.
sense. Dragon Ball
doesn't
Z
need
should
to.
how does it not
ended
make
it.
sense?
Because there's no
The
story.
story,
You're
the story
admitting
is
that
simple.
You're only watching this for the
The
fights.
story
There is no
is
story.
simple. Goku is
wrong
getting
with that?
powerful.
There's
That's
no
the story.
Let me ask you a
Oh,
question.
Lord.
Let me ask
Go
you a
ahead.
question.
Go
What's
ahead.
wrong with watching an anime just because it has a good fights and no story? What's wrong with that?
What
What's
are you
wrong with
watching it
liking
for?
that?
You can just watch it on YouTube. Watch the clips of the fights. That's what I do.
What?
What's the point
it's
of watching
Goku,
the
bro.
anime
Well, we have to
23
do
minutes,
what you
24
wanna do.
minutes of an I'm asking you, what's the point of watching anime 24 minutes if you're not going to watch it and you only want to see the great fight scene? You can just get on
To
YouTube.
watch it, to watch an anime.
But you're
to
not
watch
watching. You
the
just
anime.
admit it. You're on your phone. You're on your computer doing other stuff. What's the
I
point?
said if I want
Bro.
to do that
Bro,
stuff. I never
we
said I was
want
on there
to.
the whole time.
You can
Hey,
literally
not-
watching on
he's
YouTube
not-
and watch
He's
the
not
fight
gonna change
scene.
it. It's okay. It's okay.
I see
No,
this,
You
bro.
can't,
You're
can't
just
admit
being
that
hard.
because you know it's true.
No,
you
it's
can
okay.
just watch the
No.
fight scenes on YouTube.
No,
That's
we're
the
not
case.
admitting that. No, we're not.
No,
Oh.
no, bro.
So you watch
No,
it for the
no,
story?
bro. No,
So
bro.
we
We
watch it
didn't
for the
say
story.
that. He's
Bro.
he's in circles. All right, so let's go to the next fight.
Man,
We're
go
gonna
on to
keep
the next
talking
fight
about
because
it.
you can't answer the question.
So,
What's the point
We've
of watching
answered the
something
question
with
several
no,
times.
You
We
haven't
have.
answered.
We really
What's
have.
the point of watching
We
it if it
have.
has no story?
we really there's plenty of animes with no story and good fighting. We
Then
just
tell me.
named them.
I haven't seen
We
Records
just-
of Ragnarok, and I
it
don't
doesn't
agree
matter
with
if
you,
that's
Jujutsu
your
Kaisen.
fault.
Okay,
That's
then
your
fine.
fault
That's
if you
your
haven't
one.
watched it.
I don't agree with you, Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen has a story. I don't agree with you with Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has a story. These all have stories. But if you're saying I only watch Dragon Ball Super because of the fights, then just watch it on YouTube. Then
I'd rather not.
Nah,
I'd rather
bro.
watch the actual
Nah,
episode.
bro.
Thanks.
that's
We don't
because
have-
you
I
just
can
now
get
got ad
we don't-
blocker. That's why you rather not.
We are not going to just because you want people to go
I
to
don't
YouTube
care
and
what
watch
you
it on
do.
YouTube.
I'm just asking a question.
Doesn't mean
Why
we're gonna
not?
do that.
You don't have to. I'm just asking a question.
And that's fine. There are millions of Dragon Ball Super fans, and that's all that matters.
Millions, bro.
Millions.
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 Thousands of fans, millions of nostalgic freaking nerds. I hear you.
All right. So
Yeah, nah,
My next
yeah,
fight.
Exactly.
what?
No, I was talking to Rizzy. Go ahead.
Oh, so my next fight is this was going to be an honorable mention only because it's a fight, but it's not really a fight to me. I don't like it necessarily for the fighting. I think there's other fights that can be better in Attack on Titan. But the Levi versus Kenny fight, in my opinion, was somebody that it kind of had a. If you really pay attention to Attack on Titan, this one has like like a heartfelt moment. If you're a really big fan or character of Levi, like you like Levi, you know him and Kenny had a past. Him and Kenny were fucking two peas in a pod. And then pretty much Kenny has all these people that pretty much come here. I'm not gonna ruin it for people I haven't seen it, but like they come here to jump Levi. Now, if y'all don't know who Levi is probably one of the most goated fucking like what's it what's the rigs? I forgot what the rigs are called, but the the gear, the fucking burst gear or whatever, the pressure gear. He's probably one of the goated people that ever used this gear in like the history of this fucking show. I mean, the reason why I like it is just showing his evasiveness from all these people. And like he'll kill somebody here, evade. He'll kill somebody there, evade. He'll kill somebody here, evade. And just him running from these people and like just the graphics of this actual fight are just freaking amazing. I mean, him pretty much like just trying to survive because this is one of the first times in Attack on Titan you see Levi like between a rock and a hard place. Like Levi's always been that most goated motherfucker who like is always hard body karate in everything that he comes across. But then this one time is when he's like, oh shit, like I'm actually in trouble. Like I need to go almost all out. Like you've never really seen Levi go all out like this unless you've seen him fight like the Beast Titan when he went and like did the little arm thing and he did the arm twirls down the Beast Titan's arm and he was freaking the fuck out. But this is one of the few times you actually see him panic and he's like freaking out because Kenny is like the dude that it's kind of like his mentor, kind of like it's called ODA gear, but kind of like showed him how to do this stuff and showed him and like pretty much raised him. So I think this is one. I won't call it an honorable mention. I'll just put it up here because it is a good scene. It isn't like a quick thing, but I definitely think this is one that definitely needs to be mentioned in one of the most like best fight scenes in anime. So, what do y'all think about it?
Oh yeah, nah, definitely. This is top tier. I will definitely give this one of the because if you think about the fights in Attack on Titan, it's usually with the Titans, bro. This is the first time we get to
Yeah.
see like legit humans
Yep.
going up against humans and using Yampas to take each other out, bro. This joint was yeah, nah. This is definitely a top tier. One of those defining moments. If I was gonna recommend the show to someone, I would probably show them this
Oh yeah.
scene. I won't spoil any other ones, but this is one of the scenes I would show them. Like,
Oh yeah.
look at this. It's not about Titans all the time. This is what it's about.
Yeah.
No, I definitely agree. This is definitely going to be one of the top fights of the show because this is when you start to see the turning point of the show. Up to this point,
Mm-hmm.
it's been about just Paradise Island fighting the Titans that are in the vicinity. You're not truly understanding what the full story is about. But this is the turning point when you start to realize it's not just going to be about them fighting Titans. This is going to be about them fighting essentially the world. And of course, me and Mal, we've spoken about the future
Oh yeah.
seasons of Attack on Titan and Aaron Yeager and what he's truly about. This is where that turning point begins.
Hashtag Team Aaron.
You're definitely hashtag Team Aaron over here. But this is
Hashtag
where
Team
that
Aaron.
turning point of everything is going to
Yep.
begin. We get to see the choreography of him using his ODA gear, moving through the cities, actually displaying the use of the guns because people may not know the guns is a new technology that they just started to produce because up to that point they used those swords just to cut the nape of the Titan's neck. They never needed a gun before because why? If you think you're the only humans in
Yeah.
the world, why would you be attacking and killing each
They're a
other?
regret. They're a
Exactly.
regressed civilization. So they don't know. They don't know. Like they don't have modern marvels like what you
Hmm.
find out later in the show that other people do have.
Yeah,
They don't have
factual.
like they don't have cars. They don't have electricity. Like they don't have
They
shit
don't
like
have
that because
blimps,
they're
ships, any of
Yeah.
that.
nothing. So they definitely get into that. And I mean, like I agree with you, Rizzy. Like this is one of the first times you see people actually fighting each other. Because I think for some Attack on Titan fans, or not fans, but I guess people getting into it, which I've heard before, is they get kind of tired of just the Titans. They get kind of tired of the people fighting just Titans and it's just over and over and over again, which I don't understand, but I've heard that as an excuse. So I think this is a good break for those people to actually be like, oh, we're actually getting into because I think Attack on Titan had a problem with not really getting into people's backstories in the beginning.
Yeah.
They didn't really get into that. It was just like here's your fucking person. We're going forward. You know what I'm saying? The only people you really get a backstory on, which you really don't get a real backstory on, is Aaron until you figure out later on in the future. But like you don't know much about Levi. You just know he's goaded. You just
Yeah,
know he's a
he's the
short,
shit at that point.
he's a short, very angry man. Like that's all you know. And then you actually get like you get like a little, I guess, a mini arc about Levi and like his past and like the people coming back and them trying to kill him and like then this is around the time, not trying to do any spoilers, where he's actually running from the government. He's running from the scouting corps because they're after him. So which you're at this point you're just like, oh shit, what the fuck, really, Levi, like he's in trouble, but yeah, I definitely think that's definitely a good one. It would have been an honorable mention, but it went on for a while, so it was like its own little arc. So I thought that was definitely one of the S tier fights in Attack on Titan. But
Yeah.
all right, next up.
All right, moving on. We're going to move on to my fourth top fight. Obviously, these fights may not be the best fights of anime, but it's definitely the fights that caught our eye in anime. And I'm going to, of course, bring up Deku versus Overhaul. Up to this point, we've seen Deku show off his powers. He went 100%, but every time he's gone 100% in his powers, he hurt himself. He broke his hand, broke his arm, broke his leg, had to sacrifice part of his body. But in this fight, we got to see the studio put in all of their money for this fight, just to see Deku go 100%. Of course, with the aid of Eren, the girl who you see he's carrying throughout the animation. But with their combined power, he's able to go 100%, and you get to see the future of My Hero Academia. You get to see exactly who this man is going to turn to, why he's going to be the number one hero of the Hero Society. And I love this. I love this anime. I mean, I love this fight. One, because obviously they threw all their money into the bag when they did this fight.
They went bankrupt for this fight.
We got to see the future of who Eren's going to be, why he's going to be the number one hero. And three, the music. The music is beautiful for this fight. There's a point where the music becomes soft, and we start to feel the emotions of this fight. Why Deku needs to win this fight, and I cried.
Oh God!
No, but
bro,
obviously,
I'm not gonna lie.
I
teared up too, bro.
It's beautiful.
I teared up too, bro.
I will say this is definitely, because I passed this point, because I know we talked about it before on previous episodes. Like I haven't caught up to where they are now, but I've passed this point, and this was probably my favorite fight in the whole show, besides Deku versus Bakugo. That was the fight that I kind of teared up on. But Deku versus Bakugo start crying. I'm like, you go make me cry
you
too.
Like Bakugo, though.
I do like Bakugo because he's trying to figure out his shit. He's like Zuko from Avatar. He's trying to figure out his life. You know what I'm saying?
He's better. He's better in the manga, but he was an asshole in the manga.
I will say this is definitely S tier when it comes to like the whole show. I think this is. I haven't gotten to where we are now, but I will say from what I've seen, this is probably my favorite fight in the whole show.
Oh, it gets better. It keeps on going up. They keeps on moving up.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, just being able to see him like Demon, just being able to see him like be able to go all out, because I think that girl's quirk is she rewinds time, right? Yeah. So like she's taking away his damages as he's fighting, so he can go 100%, like full all might strength, like, and I think it's fantastic.
All might, I believe.
Yeah. Well, her quirk isn't rewinding time; it's reversing molecules, right?
Reversing, like she has the power to rewind. I think her quirk is
rewind molecules.
Is she rewinding molecules,
right?
or is it time?
I don't know. I thought for some reason I thought it was time.
Because they were using her blood to get rid of quirks and moving the genes back to before the quirks developed.
Wouldn't that be time?
So you're not reverting the person, you're reverting their power. So she's rewinding their power to where their body is reverting back to where it would be if they weren't if quirks weren't around. I kind of get what you're saying.
And they had a scene in there where but she's rewinding cells. It's kind of like time, but it's not time, because there was a scene where she was like, she touched a mouse. And she literally like turned it like, I think it's like a fetus, and then it disappeared. Like she rewinded cells.
I don't know. I think you're rewinding the person.
You're on a wall.
Yeah, it's like a mix. It's a mix.
Yeah.
Ari has like some weird mix now.
I like the insight though. The molecules of the individual.
Yeah.
I fucks with but that fight's beautiful. And honestly, everything leading up to the fight and everything, even after the fight, it's one of the best fights in my opinion of the show. And it's, of course, like I said, it's gonna get better. It's gonna get
better.
The
music, bro. The music got me, bro. Like when he was going up the rocks to save Ari, bro. Oh my god.
All right.
Woo!
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
wait. You got pauses. I gotta take a breath real quick,
He
bro.
need
Whoa.
the intro.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
All right, let's go
oh
ahead.
my God, bro.
This fight was pretty lit. This
I
fight was
saved
lit.
this one for last, bro. We want to talk about budgets, bro. You can play it. You can play it now. This right here, bro. Like they literally just said, take everything in the bank, bro. This
They
scene right
yeah,
here, bro,
they paid a boat for
They
this
took a
bro.
shit.
loan out for this
They took a
fight,
The
bro.
loan.
oh my God. We want to talk about tearing up, bro. I get so invested that the animation is beautiful, bro. I will legit tear up, bro. This animation in Demon Slayer was like phenomenal, bro. I legit can't think of anything that looks better than this, bro. If y'all can give me one, bro, I would love to hear it, but there's nothing.
I will say not calling this my because this isn't my favorite anime, but out of fighting, not thinking, not being biased on any anime, I cannot think of any show right now that has better graphics than this. I cannot think of any
Bro,
show.
bro,
It's
this was
typically
a
was Mappa be
movie, bro.
going in. Mappa be going in on their show on their
I will say
animation.
Jujutsu Kaisen is like touching it, but I think this is better. Like
Yeah, I think it tops.
Oh,
this is better.
yeah. No,
100%
definitely. This one has more money, bro. This one has way more. And this is I said my girl watches 3 animes. She walked in on this scene, and the next day she was fully caught up, bro.
I think that shit
Everything,
better than
bro.
the actual manga too when it came to like actually making this thing.
Oh
They
my,
destroyed the
yes,
manga.
bro,
Like
bro,
it was uncalled for. Like they didn't have to go in like that. They didn't have to do
bro. I legit had to pause it, take a walk outside, just to digest everything that was going on, bro. Just to digest what was like. I'll be like, come on, my dog King. I'll be like, come on, King, let's go outside real quick. I just need a breather. I
that.
couldn't even watch the full scene the first
Got
time,
this
bro.
man
I had
smoking
to
out the window.
walk, pause, walk. Oh
It's like
my
after he has
God,
sex. After he has sex, just grab his hand.
bro,
He worked. He worked
bro.
me. Oh, I was
Oh
worked.
man, the fireworks show was beautiful. The
So-
animation,
Yeah,
they
that's
fucking
pretty
threw
good.
it all. They didn't give a fuck.
And then
They just sing
they had the
everything.
music. Oh my God, they had the little melodies where he was seeing everything. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my God, bro.
Come here. Come here.
I almost got mad because it looked like he was giving up, like he was just gonna let him, and then they fucking
No, I was like, bro, I
was
was
like,
like, no, the thing is, I read the manga, bro, but I completely forgot the
I did
manga in
too.
that scene. I was like, he's not running. He's being a bitch. What the
I'm
fuck?
like, they
No,
are not doing
no.
this to him. Ain't no fucking way.
Bro. I
Yeah,
legit got,
yeah.
bro, my fists were balled, bro. I was like,
man,
no,
that
no.
was insane.
I think the best time in anime history for me was when the new Attack on Titan and this season of Demon Slayer were dropping on the same
They were
Sundays.
killing it. They were
That was
killing it.
that was the best time in anime. Like my wife would literally, it'd be that time I get home and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like I need to watch. I need to watch Attack on Titan, then I need to watch Demon Slayer, and then whichever one was better, I would watch that one first and then flip flop it because I'm like, yo, this shit is lit. Like I had a heart attack for like 4 weeks straight when these episodes were coming out. But so I will say, so for my next fight, now this is an honorable mention, but when you want to talk about walking outside, because this was the first time I had ever seen this. This was the first time I had ever seen anything like this. Not like this, but this is the first time I've ever seen this show. So this is Hunter x Hunter, and this is Gon versus Neferpito. All right, this is the first time I've ever seen it. Now, the reason why it's an honorable mention is because this wasn't a fight. This was a fucking massacre. This was a slaughter. There was no fighting. They didn't fight anybody. But this was the first time you see Gon go absolute god demon mode, and like the it took one thing for this man to go from the MC, right? Whatever, we're not going to get in an argument, but could go from the good guy to the bad guy. Like this whole time, Pito's trying to save this little human girl. Like the scene that literally gave me chills is when she's like, I need to check on her a little bit more, then we can go fight. And Gon turns around with blank look in his eyes and he says, if you delay me one more time, I'm going to fucking kill her. Like, I'm going to kill her. Like, he didn't care. He was like, I'm handing out smoke. And he fucking makes a deal with the Nen God or whatever, the energy, to get every single bit of power that he will ever have in his entire life and combine it into one moment to make himself his peak form just to beat this dude, which this is a dude, by the way, Pito. If y'all didn't know, Pito's not a girl. It's a dude. Yeah, they like to do this shit. But then and we were talking about earlier, David, like Pito literally passed out as she was walking, and she literally passed out as she was walking, and her body just reacted to like fight him because she was like he's too strong, and then he just annihilates her, like or him. I keep saying her, but he annihilates him. Like this whole scene, just like I mean the quads, like friends don't let friends skip leg day, if you know what I'm saying. Like he just annihilates him. Annihilates.
Man,
There's no
this fight is amazing. Honestly, I don't know where I saw it. It probably was like YouTube or something, but I saw this fight before I watched Hunter x Hunter.
same.
And I'm like, I have to
I
watch
clipped it.
Hunter x
Yeah.
Hunter. Everyone's
Yep.
been saying, oh, you gotta watch it. It's a great show. And I'm like, oh, okay, sure. I'll throw it on the list. I saw this fight. I saw clips. I'm like, oh no, I'm watching this right now. I'm watching the show. Like when I got to this, I would say when I got to this arc, my wife saw me watching this show. At one of those same moments, she saw it. She was like, "Oh, this looks good. Oh no, I need to watch
But
this too." She watched it because of how good this arc was. This fight was the best of the
I
whole fucking arc.
I literally so I watched Hunter x Hunter for like a little bit, and then I stopped watching it because I didn't. And look right there, like Kilo. If Kilo was afraid of something, something's bad, right? And I love Kilo. We're talking about tattoos. I have a Kilo tattoo. But if like when I first started watching, I was like, oh, this shit looks kind of dumb. Like Hunter x Hunter, it's kind of kiddie, it's kind of kiddish, right? I was just like, whatever, you know. But then I was just like, and then I saw this fight kind of clipped, and I stopped watching it. And I was like, I'm watching it, and I watched this whole fucking thing through. So I thought this was definitely a pretty good one. So,
Oh
but
man,
yeah,
going
I mean,
with the shit, bro.
Bro, when he hit Pito, bro, I felt it, bro. I was
Oh,
like, God damn.
the world felt it,
Like
bro.
I felt that, bro.
he
Like
takes
I
he takes
felt
his
it.
severed
I grabbed
arm
my face, bro.
and puts it through his chest.
Oh,
His severed
man.
arm. He takes his own arm
You remember the
and
part
puts
where
it
he's
through
like,
his.
you just watch Pito's legs just bouncing up and down over and over again. Oh man, go and get him dirty.
Yeah.
Dirty. First comes Rock.
All
Oh
right, so
man.
all right, so we're getting close to the end. Let's do one more fight and then we'll wrap it up.
One more fight each?
All right, so yep, one more fight.
Okay.
I think these are definitely getting out of hand.
I'm gonna go ahead and lead it off with my final fight for the evening. Is going to be, of course, one of the most beautiful fights, well choreographed fights in the current anime world. Is going to be a
Right,
fight between Asta and Yuno versus I
Lick.
don't know. Well, how do you say it?
He might as well lick these balls because he got fucked
No,
up.
he licked their balls after this fight. I didn't even honestly, I'm gonna be honest here. I didn't even finish the Black Clover anime. I really didn't finish the Black Clover anime. I got
Shame.
into the manga because the
Shame.
manga was better. Come on, the manga was better than the anime. I'm sorry, the manga became better.
I'm not
than the
getting
anime.
this argument with
I
you.
start following. We won't get
I'm
into
not
this
doing it.
argument. So I started following the manga. The manga was keeping up pace. The anime was taking too many breaks, and
Like
then they
how?
decided, oh, we're just gonna stop producing. So I said, what's the point of me even trying to catch up?
How
to
can
the,
you watch
current?
some? How can you
Oh, I
watch
watched
something
this.
like this?
Oh, this
No, I'm
is
saying
why
that.
it's here.
I know.
How can you watch something like this and then want to go look at pictures in a book?
Boy, I watched this
I mean,
fight.
for the story to continue,
Yeah,
bro.
the story is continued. It continues on in the manga, and it's
I
so
get
good.
that. If it ends in the anime, continue to the book. But I don't
Oh,
see
you
how
mean
people.
watch
I
it all the
know,
way up?
I know people who hate anime and only read manga. And I'm like, how can this exist and you not want to see it?
I know people who only read
Like-
manga, but they will watch these fights animated.
Like only the specific
Yeah.
scene or the fight.
Yeah,
Okay.
they'll watch the fight.
I mean, that
animated.
makes sense,
Because
but- all right, cool.
that's the whole
Yeah.
argument of is the manga better than the anime? Is the anime adaptation? We won't get into it because it's
Yeah.
going to be a really, really, really long conversation. But this fight specifically is an amazing fight because we watch to see, he's always been that back character. You see him displays a couple
He's that
times
nigga.
his power every once in a while, but we really follow Asta throughout the story. We watch his development as he becomes stronger and stronger, and then you should see his brother in arms, show up and say, "Yo, you strong, but I'm strong as fuck too." And they go in on Lich. They start beating the fuck out of him.
Oh, yeah.
He throws in some punches. He goes off in his own way, but we get to watch them display their whole fucking powerhouse of abilities and attacks, and then showing how well, even though they don't work together, they're not part of the same team. Like they're not part of the same Black Bull. What do they call it? Their teams?
Black Bulls.
Yeah, I know they're
Yeah,
Black
they're
Bulls, but they call them teams.
Squads.
Squads. So
Squads.
they're not part of the same squad, but because of the brotherhood they grew up with, living together, fighting together when they were kids,
right.
they had that teamwork already instilled in their bodies, and they showed that teamwork. It was like watching Naruto and Sasuke fight together.
Yeah.
It was that fucking beautiful. You know what I mean?
All right.
Bro, that part right there, it's like, I knew he would wake up. Bro, that thing was tight.
Man.
All right, Rizzy. On to you. Let's talk about it.
One Punch Man, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was not sold on this anime when it first came out. I'm like,
Really?
One Punch Man. He beats everyone with one punch. It's the idea, the premise.
That sounds
like,
boring.
what's the point?
I hear you.
Yeah, it sounds boring as hell, bro. And we finally get to someone who could take more than one punch, bro. This scene right here, this is where their budget went. It went into this scene right here, bro.
Yeah.
Like Saitama, bro. Oh my god! And we're not jumping into the manga. He's stronger than everyone in anime, period, right now. But coming back to this, bro. This right here, bro. We know. Is that what you're saying right now?
We know.
Oh,
the latest chapters.
y'all both read?
Oh, I know. I'm sorry.
I know too.
Oh, you know? Yeah, we know.
I know.
Ooh, okay.
He broke
All right,
the
cool.
internet. He broke everything.
Outer layer god tier. We know.
Yeah.
Lord, oh my goodness, bro. But this right here, this is what got me starting to read the manga, bro. Like, my man's Boros, right?
Yeah,
Or
Boros.
Boros? What is it called? Boros. My man Boros is just scavenging the universe for a good fight, bro. And he got his ass handed to him, bro. Freaking Saitama's on the moon, bro. Jumps back to Earth. Oh my goodness, bro. Like,
He got worked.
It was a
Bro.
really good fight. You made a valid point. A lot of people don't watch One Punch Man because they're like, oh, one punch. He punched people one time. It's not really... Bro, this fucking anime is funny.
He's literally
as
walking
shit,
backwards.
Dude. And he's
literally
so overpowered,
walking.
it's ridiculous. And like this fight is more than one punch, obviously. It's a
Y'all
lot
ever
more
tried
than just
doing
one
100
punch.
push-ups, 100 squats, and a
isn't that
10
just training
training?
like 100 push-ups?
Yeah, y'all ever try it? I've tried it. It sucks. It's terrible. It hurts.
How long did you do it?
I did it.
Like
I did
a
it.
week and a half.
Nice.
Oh damn! I got a month, bro.
A month?
Really?
Nice. I think I did it.
So I will say, when it comes to One Punch Man, I think this is one of the most top S tier fights in the whole show for the reason. But I will kind of like a little honorable mention for you in this show. I think one of the best fights in this whole show is when Saitama's having his dream about the mole people, the underground people.
Oh yeah.
I think that's a great choreographed fight. Like, it's a dream, it's not real, but I think it's a great fight. But I think this is a good one too.
Definitely.
All right.
This is the best one in the series.
This is the best one, 100%.
Yeah.
All right.
I was about to say, okay.
So me and David actually we did this. We put this one for last for a reason, because this whole fight was a wash. It was a wash. So y'all know my boy Madara Uchiha versus the Shinobi Alliance. This was a wash. There was no fight. There was nothing. It was a wash. It was the massacre. My boy killed all of them. You know, like,
one-sided.
that was it. This Madara is broken. I mean, he's literally washing these fools. Like, the reason, and it really just shows how broken he is. And I don't really have an explanation on why this is one in my top 5 favorite fights, because, like, I mean, if y'all are looking at it, look at shit.
The explanation is in the T. You see, he put a fucking paper bomb that someone shot at him, grabbed
onto another person's back.
Put it on another person, kicked them, and he's like, and blows
at
up a
him.
whole group of people. This fight
he's
is
washing
wild.
them. It's one-sided,
bro.
Oh my god,
bro. Look, if I was a ninja,
we talked about this.
I swear to God, I would have been like, "Fuck that, I'm going home." They're like, "Where you going, Randy? Did you not see what he just did?"
We actually just talked about that earlier. We were watching this earlier, and I was telling him about a TikTok I saw of a dude like, "Hey, who we fighting? Like, oh, Shinobi Alliance, like, this is dope. Who are we fighting today?" He's like, "Oh, them up there," and he's like, 3 of them? There's like 10,000 of us, like 3. Like, we could take them. And then he sees them like running at him. He's like, "Wait, who we fighting again?" He's like, "Oh, that's Madara Uchiha." And he said, "Madara Uchiha?" And he was like, "Yeah, don't worry though. He's like only reincarnated. We're fine." And then he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go fight him." And he runs off. And the dude's like, "Oh God, I got a paper bomb on my chest." And then he's like, "I'm done. I quit. I'm out. Y'all can have this headband back. Y'all can have this jacket back. I'm gonna go to the mountains. Like, I'm done."
This is unfair. is like the worst one-sided fight in history. Imagine your first day of being a fucking ninja.
They're running.
You literally just graduated the Ninja Academy. You just
They're
got your
running.
headband. You just got your second
Bro.
headband, and you're standing out there like first day of muster call. Like, hey, what are we doing today? We're fighting. Okay,
Nah, bro.
Like, watch
all
this
of
shit.
us?
He has no eyes, and he wipes these characters, these main characters of the show. Wipes them. Wipes the Hokage. Wipes the past Hokage. Like Sasuke, get out of here, boy.
Okay, this
Sit
is not
down,
even
son.
fair. This is him just wiping the ninja world in general. This one
Like-
should be called Madara versus everyone versus the
Madara,
world.
Like, look, he has no eyes, and he's fighting tailed beast with his hands. He has no power ups. The only thing he has is Hashirama cells on his fucking chest. Other than that, he's not powered up. He doesn't have eyes. He literally is like he's base level right now. He's Edo Tensei base level Madara, and he's fighting literal tailed beast with his hands.
Boruto creators, just listen to this. If you want this man to watch
Focus on.
Boruto, you will have to make a fight that is
Do
this
this.
level or better. He will never watch the
Do
anime
this.
until you can do
this.
Bring Madara back. Bring him back one more time. Let him
Edo-
fucking go.
Oh
one
my
time.
god.
Edo Tensei him one more time, and I will watch Boruto.
One time for the one time.
Yeah, okay.
No,
Nah, don't say that, bro.
that was-
Boruto gonna make him. Boruto's gonna mess him up, bro. Don't say that. Don't say that.
No, yeah, they'll nerf him. They will nerf him, and then
They will
Boruto
make-
They
will
won't
beat
have to
him.
nerf him. Boruto is strong as you don't. You need to watch the show.
All right. I think we're good. But
I'm gonna go ahead and call it there.
yeah, so I appreciate everybody for listening. Thank you, Rizzy, for obviously coming out, and showing some of your best fights with us. We will have some more guests on eventually. We'll still continue with our regular broadcasting schedule, folks. But be sure you do go over to YouTube. If you are audio listening and you've been listening this long, you're a god, I guess. You're S tier to me because you aren't seeing anything that anybody else is seeing. But please go over to YouTube, comment, like, subscribe, give us a suggestion. If you like these fights, if you don't like these fights, argue with us. We are the Otaku Octagon, right? Argue with us. If you don't like these fights or you want to see some different fights or different content, please let us know. But if that's all I have, fellas, if that's all you have,
Peace.
peace
I
out.
appreciate being on here. Peace, guys.